Hello everybody, Image here, and I'm going to be giving you another StarCraft commentary today. Again, it's not Bisu versus Hwasun. That game continues to fall by the wayside, and the reason for that is it's a pretty long game, and I am usually only able to conveniently commentate for a short stretch at a time. Another reason is that I'd prefer to dual commentate it because it's so long, and so I'm going to be looking for someone to do that with. This game instead is from the Proleague set played on the 22nd of June between Hite Sparkyz and Samsung Khan. This set is Jangbi versus Yellow ArnC. Jangbi, the Protoss player for Khan on the left there. YarnC, Yellow ArnC, fake yellow. He's the Zerg player for Hite, he's on the right. They've played 8 times and Jangbi's won 6 of them. So Jangbi's statistically favored here. And 2, 1, 0. We are off, and catch our map here. It is Neo Medusa version 2.2. So this is a map that is pretty familiar. It's been in its various incarnations around for quite a while now already. And the revision for version 2.2 was basically to change the way that the center of the map is buildable. So Terrans can still put turrets there and supply depots to assist their hard pushes against Protoss, but Zerg can no longer put a hatchery there. So the proxy hatchery strategy pioneered by Great against Protoss players is not viable on this map anymore, and I think that's too bad. I think it's a boneheaded move by Kaspa. I don't think it was a strategy that was imbalanced or anything like that, and I'm disappointed to see that one go. It was just something different, and I think it's regrettable that that's no longer going to be there. Pylon going down at the natural for Jangbi, so he's going to Forge Fast Expand, and again, no surprise. That probe's just cutting over that terrain that's buildable, but no longer so for hatcheries. And Yellow ArnC's Overlord is scouting in the wrong direction. Let's see. However, the Overlord spots the probe and is able to tell that it did not come from that 10 o'clock position. Jangbi, however, doesn't seem to have processed that information in the same way to be able to tell that the Overlord was coming from the 6, so he's going up to the 10 anyway. That I'm not sure what the idea behind that one was for Jangbi, or whether it was just a mistake. I'd like to give Jangbi the benefit of the doubt because he's a really good player, but I'm just not sure what's up with that. Looks like a 12 hatchery for Yellow, so he's going to get his economy up and going pretty quickly, and so too is Jangbi, because having scouted this, or being about to, he will know that he can plant his Nexus before cannons if he chooses. Spawning pool and gas now up on probably 11 and 10 food count for YarnC, and I believe it would not be a big surprise to see a third hatchery pretty soon. There's that Nexus, so no cannons in front. He doesn't need it. The Zerglings are going to be a while incoming, and he can build the cannons later and get them up in time before any Zergling pressure is going to be on over there. And he's actually going to be able to go Gateway first, which is perhaps a little bit risky, but I think it's still perfectly viable in terms of build order strategy. On YarnC's side of the map, there's no third hatchery going down yet. Jangbi is scouting that 9 o'clock for that third hatchery. It's not there. And it hasn't gone up to the mineral only yet either. Of the two, I think that 9 o'clock expansion with the gas would be the one that YarnC would like to take, though it'll be harder to hold. That's made up for by the fact that it's got a gas geyser there. And let's see, YarnC is posting some Zerglings around his base to intercept any scouting probes that may arrive. And that's not so good for YarnC. Jangbi has just scouted a 2-hatch lair, and it'll be interesting to see which tech choice YarnC goes for here. 2-hatch Muta might be plausible, because of, among other things, that cliff along the main's mineral line, which might give some good microing opportunities for Mutalisks, the alternative would be 2-hatch Hydras, and there's the Den. I think this game is starting to show some shades of the game between Bisu and NC Yellow, the real yellow that I just cast. So, let's see, Zergling's speed seems to be up as well, so that is maybe a little bit of a deviation from that previous game, but let's see. So it could be a 2-hatch Hydra Break, it could be a 2-hatch Lurker Ling attack. In just about any case, it's going to be some fast pressure on Jangbi, probably at the natural expansion, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Jangbi planting some cannons behind that gateway and forge in response to this, whether now or pretty soon, as units are starting to stream toward his base. And now there's the 3rd hatchery going up at the mineral-only position, so YarnC is going to try to even the economy out, because 2-base Protoss is going to hold an advantage over 2-base Zerg. Second gateway is now going up for Jangbi as well, and second cannon as well. So there's a little bit of pressure at the front that has gotten these cannons going. And there are some Hydralisks and Zerglings, as well as some Overlords placed near that ridge around Jangbi's base. And at this point, there are going to be some spoilers of that Bisu versus NC Yellow game, so if you haven't seen it, go watch it now. Drop is researched for Yellow ArnC, so it's going to be a slow drop, and Yellow ArnC, fake Yellow, is pulling a real Yellow here. This is, of course, what happened in that game, and now there are Zerglings in the main, Hydralisks up on the ridge, and they may be morphing into Lurkers up there. I'm not sure. Indeed, they are. The Corsairs are going to spot this, but whether there are enough forces there to deal with this is an open question. There's no sign of a robotics facility yet, so detection is going to be late in getting there, and those Lurkers are about to hatch. So, not NC Yellow. Yellow ArnC's crazy plot here might just actually work, and I guess he did his homework. He's got the Lurker over top the ridge there, and he's got another one moving for the natural. There may not be any cannons in the back of the natural yet. No, Jangbi's had enough time to get a cannon up, but that's still going to deny mining at a few patches. And a DT is now out for Jangbi, but there's no detection critically, and there's no mining at the main. There's only partial mining at the natural. Jangbi's economy is getting really hurt by this early on, and YarnC is just going to be able to keep pumping Hydralisks out, and if Jangbi isn't going to be able to respond quickly, he's going to just get run over by superior numbers, and those numbers are moving out. So the Corsairs are going to spot this. There's a DT running around Yellow's base, but an Overlord is there, along with some Hydralisk support to deal with this DT. Really interesting situation here. Was that Overlord's speed? I missed that. There's a couple of High Templar there, so Storm looks like it's going to be the defensive choice against these Lurkers and these incoming Hydralisks, but I don't think that Jangbi's going to have enough Storm to get rid of both of these threats, and that's going to be a really big problem. And that was abrupt. Jangbi GG is totally caught out there. I think I guess he must have realized that he didn't have enough on the ground to deal with both of those threats, and fake Yellow pulling off a real Yellow with this early game slow drop strategy. Very interesting. Clearly he's watched the tapes and done his homework. And we'll have yet to see if this is going to become a trend. GG.